Okay, so we have in front of us our proportional relationships test review. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Because we are talking about proportional relationships, we need to make sure that we have a proportion box in each question. So as we discuss all that, we'll have a box on each one of these questions. So it says, a bus can travel 150 miles in 4 hours. What is the constant of proportionality per hour? And remember, constant of proportionality is just a really fancy term for unit rate. So, and then per hour, that kind of shows you it's going to mean per 1 hour. So our box here, we've got 150, and this is miles per hour. So 150 miles in 4 hours. What is the constant proportionality per hour? So it's going to be per 1 hour, and I want to know how many miles. So if I set this equation up, it's going to be 4x equals 150. I divide by 4, and again, like I said, today I will allow you to use a calculator just to get there quickly. So 150 divided by 4, and that's going to be 37.5. So x equals 37.5. And we want labels, so this is 37.5 miles. Awesome. So number 2, a 5-ounce serving of tuna provides 32 grams of protein. So a 5-ounce serving provides 32 grams. So we're definitely comparing ounces to grams. A 5-ounce serving provides 32 grams. How many grams of protein, so that means I don't know that information, how many grams are in an 8-ounce serving? So from here, it is just a simple proportion. We've got 5x and 32 times 8, which is 256. I divide by 5, so x is equal to 51.2. And that's 51.2 grams. Awesome. So number 3, if you pay $425 for 4 days, how much money will you make in a week? So you'll notice the change in label here between days and weeks. So we definitely need to make sure we're being careful with that. We've talked about that quite a bit, minutes to hours, days to weeks to months, all that good stuff. So we've got dollars and days, so $425 in 4 days. And how much money means I don't have that information. So how much money in a week? And hopefully at this point we know that a week is 7 days. It's talking about just a regular full week, so we've got 7 here. So 4 times x is 4x. 425 times 7 is 2,975. I divide by 4. And we get $743.75. $743.75. Awesome. So at this point, I'm going to give you a little hint, just so that I know that you are watching this video. So at this, let's see, our hint, we're going to say in the middle of our paper, I want you to write my age. So y'all all know that I am 79. So if you'll write my age just very much in the middle of my paper, or of your paper, not my paper. If you'll write your age, y'all, I cannot think. If you will write my age in the middle of your paper, that will show me that you've at least listened this far into the video. So let's go ahead to number 4, and hopefully I can get my brain back together. Number 4, a hardware store sells chicken wire for $16 per 4-foot piece. A project requires 6 inches of pipe. Now, I don't really know if you noticed this change, but it looks really, to me, we've got 4 foot and 6 inches. So we've got some decisions that we need to make with our box, okay? So it's going to be dollars for sure. So we got $16, and we have a decision to make. I can change 4 feet into inches, or I can change inches into feet. Now, either way, it is totally fine. Most of you would probably go with changing feet to inches. So that's what I'm going to do at this point. So 4 feet times 12, because there's 12 inches in each foot, and that's going to be 48 inches. So what I would put right here is 48 inches. So for $16, I got 48 inches of chicken wire. I need to know how much it's going to cost for 6 inches of chicken wire. Okay, so this is going to be 48x equals 16 times 6, and 16 times 6, which was 96. So I'm going to divide by 48, and x is going to be equal to 2. So that means I'm going to pay $2 for 6 inches of chicken wire. The only other thing you could have done here is if you wanted to, you could have done dollars and feet. So it's $16 for 4 feet. How many dollars for 6 inches? And 6 inches is half of a foot. So I would have done 6.5 for that information. So it still would have gotten me the same answer for x equals 2, and we would have gone from there. Okay, number 5. Katie works as a court reporter. She can type 25,000 words in 1 hour. Which of the following best represents Katie's rate in words per minute? Again, we have a label change between hour and minute. So we're probably going to have to do something there. She can type this many words. And I'm going to go ahead and change hours to minutes. We've done that quite a bit in class. So we've got 25,000 words in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, we know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So we're going to go ahead and make that switch. I want to know how many words in 1 minute. Okay, so we've got 60 times x, which is 60x, 25,000 times 1, which is 25,000. So we're just going to divide by 60 here. 25,000 divided by 60, 416. Seems like a lot of words to me. I don't know that that's a reasonable question, but we're going to go with it. 416, and it's really 416.6. We can do that, 416.6 repeating. All right, number 6. A 10-pack of 8-ounce juice costs $5.40. During our Jeopardy, we had a question that was much like this. We have packs, we have ounces, and we have dollars. So we've got 3 labels, and we know that proportional-wise, we can only have 2 labels on our box. So it says, how much would a 14-pack of juice cost? So in our question, it really tells us what our labels are going to be. Our labels are going to be pack and cost. So that means that this 8 ounce is more extra information. So a lot of us got thrown off by that during the Jeopardy. So we need to make sure we are understanding we don't need that information. So we got packs and dollars. So a 10-pack costs $5.40. How much would a 14-pack cost, right? So 10 times x is 10x. 540 times 14 is 7560. And remember our trick when we divide by 10, all we have to do is move our decimal 1 space to the left. So this is going to be x equals $7.56. $7.56. All right, number 7. A movie theater sells tickets for groups of 35 students for $210. Basically, we're trying to find the cost per student. So we've got students, that's dollars and students. So $210 for 35 students. I want to know how much money for 1 student. So we've got 35x equals 210. We divide by 35 on both sides. So 210 divided by 35. So we've got 6. So that means each ticket cost $6. So we did this one in class number 8. The only difference is it had different numbers. I think this is supposed to be brand A. Definitely had different numbers. And to find the unit cost, all we have to do is take 388 and divide it by 8, 244 and divide it by 3.5, 280 and divide it by 4, 320 and divide it by 5. Now, a lot of you would rather set up 4 boxes. And if you did that, you literally would be doing exactly the same thing. So we've got ounces and dollars. So we have 8 ounces for $3.88. How many dollars for 1 ounce? When you solve this box, all you are doing is you are doing that division, 388 divided by 8, which is what ends up happening right here. Same thing, ounces and dollars. We have 3.5 ounces to 244. How many dollars for 1 ounce? Same thing with brand C. We have 4 ounces for 280. How much for 1 ounce? And we have 5 ounces for 320. How much for 1 ounce? So very similar things happening here. So let's kind of see what we get when we do this division. So 388 divided by 8 is going to be, this is around, the 5 tells the 8 to go up, so this is 49 cents. This one here, 244 divided by 3.5. The 7 tells the 9, can't see that. The 7 tells the 9 to go up, so really this goes up from 69 cents to 70 cents per ounce. This guy right here is $2.80 divided by 4 ounces. So that is 70 cents still. And then we have $3.20. $3.20 divided by 5. So this one is 64 cents. So if we're looking for the better unit cost, it would definitely be brand A that has the better unit cost. It is the cheapest per ounce for sure. All these other ones are 60 or 70 cents. So brand A would be absolutely the cheapest. I know that's a ton of work, but again, if you want to find the unit cost a little quicker, that was definitely a trick. You just divide the dollars by the amount of ounces that you have for sure. All right. So let's go ahead and flip over to the other side. And let's see, let's do another hint here. If you will, I'm going to have you circle some specific things. So I would like for you to put a box around this, solve the following percent problems, and then put a smiley face right next to it. That's just another thing that I can look for that shows me that you are listening and that you are paying attention to the video. So thank you so much. The next one is number 9. It says Tim's mom filled the gas tank in her SUV and spent $60 for 24 gallons of unleaded gas. What is the constant of proportionality? And notice we said constant of proportionality just means unit rate, a really fancy term. So we're comparing dollars to gallons, $60 for 24 gallons. And we're looking for how much money for 1 gallon. So we've got 24x equals 60. So if we divide by 24, 60 divided by 24 is $2.50. So it looks like she's paying $2.50 per gallon. $2.50. All right, a couple more left. Really quickly, if you will, if you are watching this with me, there's 2 types of proportion boxes for percent of a number. So now that we're in the percent of a number section, I do want to just remind you, we've got part over whole. This is over of equals percent out of 100. Okay. And then if we're doing percent of change, our box looks like this. It's change over original. So this is the amount of change. And to do that, we have to do some subtraction. And this is original amount. And percent is still a number out of 100. So we have to decide, are we finding just regular percent of a number, or are we finding amount of change? Okay, so number 10, Neil purchases a digital camera for the family to use on their vacation. The model represents, the model he purchases on sale for $115. The sales tax rate for his city is 5.5%. How much sales tax does Neil pay on the digital camera? So a lot of you guys would probably start setting this box up and you would say, okay, it's going to be 5.5 out of 100, and we're looking for the sales tax out of 115, which is our whole. This is so perfect. The only thing is you actually can use the hint on this question. So the hint said to change your percent to a decimal. So our decimal would be 0.055 because we just changed 5.5% to a decimal. And I could do 115 times the decimal and it gets me straight there. So 115 times 0.055, and that says $6. And this 5 tells the 2 to go up, so $6.33. So that would be a really good one to use the hint on. If you didn't want to use the hint, obviously we can do 100 times x is 100x. 115 times 5.5 is 632.5. And you probably noticed some pretty similar things here. When I divide by 100, remember the 100s trick, all I do is move my decimal 2 spaces to the left. So we get x equals 6.325, which rounds to be $6.33. Okay? So it's really beneficial if you can figure out when to use this hint. And remember, we can use the hint whenever we are finding the part, and that's very much a real world way to find that. So Orlando buys a shirt for $10 and a pair of jeans for $22.75. If the sales tax is 6%, what is the total price? So we definitely need to maybe think about how many steps are going to be here. If we are purchasing $10 and $22.75, I'm going to add those together. So this is our part and whole, and it's 6% out of 100. So $22.75 plus $10 is $32.75, and I'm looking for the part. Again, I can take my price and I can multiply it times the decimal. So 6% as a decimal is 0.06. That would get me there right away. So we did $32.75 times 0.06, and that's $1.97 because the 5 tells the 6 to go up. So this would be $1.97. I'm going to just do it that way to save some time. So here I have $1.97, but it's not asking me how much tax he's going to pay. It asks me for the total price. So if I am buying $32 and $32.75 worth of items and I'm paying tax, I have to add those guys together. So we're going to say $32.75 plus the $1.97 in tax, and that's going to be $34.72. And that would be our final answer there. A lot of people would want to vote in this for their final answer. And remember, that's not your final for this question because it's asking how much total that he pays. Okay? All right, a bottle of hand soap costs $3.50. The same bottle went on sale for $2.50. What is the percent decrease? Now, this is a really good phrase. Percent decrease. That tells us automatically that we are now in this percent of change box. Okay? So, if we're in the percent of change box, this one is definitely, we can't use the hint here. We actually have to do the whole percent of change box. So, we're looking for the percent out of 100. The original price goes at the bottom, and originally the soap was $3.50. The amount of change goes at the top. So, from $3.50 to $2.50, to figure out how much that price changed, we just subtract, which we can see that with our eyeballs, hopefully, that it changed by $1. So we're going to set up our box, 350x, and 100 times 1, we move our decimal over, is 100, and we divide by 350. Okay, so 100 divided by 3.5. So we get 28.57, and the 1 we're going to say tells the 7 to stay the same. So 28 and 57/100%. And the cost, it decreased, so we're going to say percent decrease. Awesome. Last question here. TV is on sale for 30% off. The TV is normally $350, so that's going to be original price. How much money will you save? This technically could be a percent of change question, but this is also where we could use this hint. Okay? Obviously, I can't spell very well, so just pretend that's an N. So we take 350, and we can, if we're using the hint, we're going to take 30%, and we're going to change it to a decimal. So really, if we just take 350 and multiply by 0.3, and 350 times 0.3, let's do that real quick. 0, 15, 9, 10. So $10.50. And it is asking how much we save. So how much I save is going to be $10.50. Nope. I lied. I moved my decimal too many times, y'all. So if I only move my decimal once, we're going to save $105. So that is my fault. I got going too fast. So really right here, we're going to save $105, which definitely is more reasonable. Okay, so off of the 350, we would save 105. Okay, could I have solved this box? Yes. 100x equals, and 350 times 30 is 10,500, which still would have gotten us the same answer. So we divide by 100, and I get 105, which is still the same exact thing. So some of you guys are really not comfortable with this hint here. Remember, the hint is just multiplying by the decimal form of the percent. This is really the more real world way to do it. But we can only do this part when we're missing the part. So not every question is going to be missing the part. So for instance, number 12, we were missing the percent, and so we had to do it a different way there. Other than that, if you will, maybe on this bottom right-hand corner, if you'll tell me maybe one thing you want for Christmas, or one thing, you know, you would like to get for Christmas. And if you fast forward and all you have is this hint, then you are not going to get credit. So all of you people who have fast forwarded to the end of the video and you've missed all the other stuff in the middle, you do not receive credit, because remember, we have to have integrity. So I hope that you did well on your review. Good luck on your test, and I will see you in class tomorrow.